Hi, Pioneer. It's Mrs. Wills, your school librarian, and I am coming to you on our final day of our whole school read. We are reading the last 3 chapters of Saving Winslow by Sharon Creech. I have been loving reading this book along with all of you. I hope you've enjoyed it too. And if you have enjoyed our whole school read, please let me know. I would love to continue doing this through the library at Pioneer, but I want to know if it's something that you guys like doing and how we can make this event even bigger and better. So with that, let's get on to our last 3 chapters of Saving Winslow and see how this story ends. Chapter 47, The Best Donkey. That day, Louis and Nora took Winslow for one last walk up to the top of the sledding hill, where they sat and ate bologna sandwiches while Winslow munched grass. "He's a good donkey," Louis said. "The best donkey," Nora added. Winslow turned his head and gave them a long look before returning to his munching. Louis said, "I talk to him all the time, not out loud, but in my head, and he listens, and don't laugh, but it seems as if he's talking to me too." "I do the same thing," Nora said. "He's very understanding." Louis tossed part of his bread crust to Winslow, who gave it a sideways glance and returned to the grass in front of him, as if to say, "No thanks, I've got grass." "I'll miss him," Louis said. "But we can visit him, right? Your Uncle Pete said so. We could go whenever we want. We could go every day if we wanted. After school, we could ride bikes out there. Except that..." "What?" "I don't have a bike." "You can use mine. I'll use Gus's." Chapter 48, Settling In. After school, Louis and Nora walked down the road with Winslow and through the town and all the way out to Uncle Pete's, where they reintroduced Winslow to the animals and to his new home with the sheep. "Hey there," Uncle Pete said. "Want to help me with this?" He carried a tray with a syringe and vials. "Need to give that lamb its shots. Maybe you could hold it while I do that." "Or you could hold it and I could give it the shots," Louis said. "I know how to do that now." "Oh, really? Well, sure then, go right ahead. I'll hold the lamb." "Or I could hold the lamb while Louis gives it the shots," Nora suggested. Uncle Pete looked from one to the other, nodding. "That would be fine, just fine." When Louis returned home, his parents were sitting on the front steps holding the mail. Louis's mother waved a postcard. "Guess who?" The note was brief. "Hi, everybody. News. 5 days leave in July. See you then. Remember me? Gus." Earlier that morning, Louis had thought he would feel infinitely sad on this day, when he had to leave Winslow at the farm. But instead, as Winslow settled in with the ewe and her newborn lamb, and with news of Gus coming home, Louis felt that everything was as it should be. Chapter 49, The Light. As Louis fell asleep each night, he saw a slideshow in his mind. Scenes moving by, some slowly, some quickly, some merging with others. The parade of images was different each night, offering up people and places in new combinations. He often saw his parents and Gus and Mac and Claudine. He saw Uncle Pete and the farm and Mrs. Tooley and her baby and a girl named Cookie. He saw an indigo bunting atop a golden sunflower, and he saw a thin man on a brown bench and a jacket bear. He saw Nora in her bumblebee coat and hat, and he heard her saying, "I knew it." He saw a little gray donkey in his arms, and he saw Winslow, with his mouth wide open, bellowing the strangest sounds as he saw a lamb curled at Winslow's feet at the farm. One night, Louis was awakened by silvery light pouring in through his bedroom window. The light shone a path across the room and onto Gus's bed and the opposite wall with the painting of the boy and the calf. He wondered if Gus was awake wherever he was, and did he see this same light? He wondered if Winslow was awake in his new home at the farm. Would the light be shining on the sign that Louis had added to Winslow's pen? "Remember me, Louis." And that is how our story ends. I hope you have enjoyed this book. Again, please let me know what you thought of our whole school read and of this book. I really hope that you've had a good time reading along with me. I know I have had a good time reading along with all of you, and I will see you all soon here in the library. See you later, Prairie Dogs.